Morgan, can you record still?
I have started the recording, so let's keep it on topic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, Foxman, you're making an obscene amount of noise on your end.
Just throwing every pot and pan he has.
All right.
Okay.
Can you guys hear the music all right?
No, I can't. Hang on. What's wrong with my...
No.
Let me turn
Yes, I
turn
can.
this shit up.
I cannot
That's
hear
better.
it even at 200%.
But you turn up your headphones.
My headphones are up!
Do you have Kenku muted?
No.
Foxman, we can hear things going on your side, Foxman. You might want to mute yourself until you're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
There
What's
you go.
going on?
Don't worry.
All right. So, the other week was quite eventful. I am an alien that has just landed on Earth, and I am curious to know what happened in the last episode.
You know, Moon, you keep saying you're an alien that just landed on Earth. I'm starting to believe that it's true.
You're so hypnotizing.
Well, pretend that I'm an alien that's just landed on Earth. So,
Okay.
yes, please enlighten me.
Honestly, I will admit I will need
well-
help remembering.
I believe last time was the pivotal episode where Sylvia learned that Average Joe has oddly imprinted on her in a way where he feels like he needs to protect her, and that's what's keeping him sane and keeping him from completely going off the rails, and that this is an ongoing pattern in his unlife for hundreds of years. And Sylvia, who is fiercely independent, finds this to be extremely alarming and distressing, and so she's now plotting on how to sort of break this curse, though apparently it's not a curse, it's just sort of this unexplained thing that can possibly be transferred to a new target, but Sylvia doesn't necessarily know that. And so things are kind of up in the air as far as Sylvia and Average Joe. And Average Joe is like understandably kind of heartbroken about this. And so things could get potentially very dark, or there could be a happy ending, but we don't know what's gonna happen next on this on the two crazy people in this story. The two craziest people in this story, let's say.
No, one of these crazy people has like 4 people in her head.
Excellent. All right. So, what else happened?
Well, I was gonna go ahead, Alistair. There was a bunch that happened with you.
Yes, I was about to say. Alistair is investigating the mysterious cases of illness that are spreading through the New Orleans University campus, where the vampires that come in contact with these victims become addicted to this blood,
Might be a
and
little bit muffled.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Better.
Yes, better.
Okay.
RMD,
Sorry.
I tell you.
Alistair is investigating the cases of mortals who are getting sick and dying in rather gruesome ways. And the victims are basically magnets to kindred because of this sickly sweet scent that their blood gives off. And any kindred that drinks from these mortals becomes addicted to it, and no matter what they do, their hunger can't be sated except with this blood. So to find out more about this, he contacted 2 people. One was his sire, Lucretia, who gave a little bit of information that this is apparently a blood curse. And this is not the first time it's happened. And the other is a minister by the name of Zell Crimson, who is Alice's on-again, off-again paramour, who... hold on, let me get a picture so that way you guys can see.
The drama.
And he gave some information about Kingmaker being tied in with the pharmaceutical company that's behind the skincare line that apparently has kindred vitae in it. So there's a possibility that this could all be connected in some convoluted way that we do not know yet. This is Zell Crimson.
Excellent. And I believe that
Hottie
you
with
were
a
directed.
body.
I have
You were directed to meet with the Hecata Prince of the Bayou.
Yes. I think all of us were, actually.
Who is that?
Right. Molly almost fucking died.
Yep.
Oh yes, Molly almost died.
If I may I take...
Yes, you may.
All right. So, part of this... Molly is getting sicker. And despite Ophelia's beautiful, heartwarming scenes, she protected her from the true knowledge of what was going on as Ophelia was learning of this. Crushing. What was the object that she crushed while she was talking on the phone?
The oven.
Completely catering the door of an oven. Finding out this information, she stormed off to exit and go find either something to hit to solve the problem or find somebody to help to solve the problem. It was at
And
that
she
moment.
found both.
It was at that point that Averjo appeared at their windowsill with a tapping. Well, that wasn't a bright idea on his part because he instantly got pulled through the window and thrown against the wall. Still nothing too bad. As Ophelia went to storm out, Averjo stopped her after she filled her in on Molly's condition. And it was at that point that Averjo thought, why not give it a try? He has his abilities to heal mortals just a little bit better, a little bit faster. They just have to drink more and more of his blood. And so he used his invigorating vitae, chopping off, having Ophelia rip off his ring finger and his pinky finger.
Ah!
Sorry. That's a trigger warning.
No, I wasn't there for that.
Well-
That's tea.
Yeah.
Well, the ring finger is connected to a very large artery, so.
Exactly.
Zoinks.
And he basically made I'm a little teapot pose and poured into a large picture 3 rouse checks worth of blood. And
Does it grow back?
I mean, fingers can.
Will. It will. Don't worry. It will.
Okay,
He's just
okay.
hungry and down a couple of fingers.
I just wanted to know if his finger would come back.
Ophelia's arm came back. I think his fingers will be fine.
To be
I didn't know
fair,
that.
Averjo never has to do bodily harm besides slitting his wrist to give blood. This is his way of doing it always. Digressing.
He's just being dramatic.
Maybe. Digressing from that, Molly drank all 3 rouse checks worth of this pitcher of blood, and she spit up something vile. It smelled horrid of some things that we can't understand, like a gushy mud clot mixed with your dad's worst moldy potato. So,
Ew.
exactly. And Ophelia watched all this and definitely made some notes that were half notes, half grocery list. And when we finally left, correct me if I'm wrong or fill in the gaps that I miss, we meet Alistair, basically go about explaining what happened. Molly seems to be better, but we don't truly know if she's out of the storm just yet. And
Perhaps a bit under the
that's all.
weather, but she was stable by the
Mm.
time that you left.
The
Right.
Bali.
And that's where my knowledge kind of runs out. So please fill in the gaps that I may miss.
Yes. Yes, I believe last time our scene started in the tavern under, or the speakeasy beneath Crown Records, with Sylvia being cooped up and Marcus sort of being on guard, sort of being a witness protection. Would you two like to join in on this scene to meet the Hecata Prince, or would you like to sort of stay or do your
I
own
think
thing?
realistically, Sylvia's probably gonna stay cooped up for a while, and or at least for this episode. And so I don't think she would. And I personally would love to just listen in.
Absolutely, that is totally fine.
Awesome.
Also, great.
And as for
recap.
Marcus, is he joining the team?
Yeah, did I do our story justice,
You
Chaverjo?
really, really did.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. I think Marcus would set up silver and gold before leaving. Like, all right, you two stay here. Anyone that doesn't give you this exact code phrase, delete them. And then he leaves.
Delete that.
Can you send me the code phrase?
I'll send that to you.
Sending code phrase.
Excellent. So I'm assuming that you've all gotten a message that you're all in the loop, aside from Sylvia. And you all
I got
gather.
the message. I just have FOMO.
Yes.
Yeah.
You all gather on the banks of the canal. And so you all gather on the banks of the canal. The riverboat is nowhere to be seen. Or the boat that would take you to the old sunken riverboat is nowhere to be seen.
Hmm.
Well, this is odd. And inconvenient.
More than inconvenience, it's an irritation.
Anyone else have another boat by any chance?
Ophelia looks at
I mean, I
looks
could
at
have
Marcus.
one ready to go shortly.
You mean to tell me that you just don't have a spare boat?
I'll start making a few phone calls.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bizarre that the transport wouldn't be here already. We did apprise them that we were going to be here.
On cue, the boat appears. You hear a loud motor, and then the sort of rundown tin boat comes speeding out of the bayou. And aboard is the ferryman and the seneschal. She looks at all of you gravely. I do not think that we will be able to take all of you at once.
Oh, why not?
Fair enough.
Fine, we all go and we leave Joe.
If
Okay, first
I
off,
may
no.
answer.
How
No.
many of us can you
Bring
take?
the Malkavian.
Which one? Oh, wait.
You.
What is
She
that?
points to Alistair, and she points to Averjo and
Hmm.
Ophelia. You three will come with me.
Okay.
Sounds like a fun time, shall we?
The rest of you, wait here. The ferryman shall return. And
Which
she steps aside to let all of you in the boat.
As Everjo walks in, he raises a hand in front of the ferryman's or the person's face.
All
Just
right.
raises-
Guess we're waiting here.
Fox, you're very quiet.
Yeah, you're really low.
How about that?
That's better. I
Oh,
was just about to
so
go
much
Much better.
better.
Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, petit croissant.
Oh, Wingardium Leviosa.
Spike,
All right.
we'll
Someone's
mute
been
you.
drinking silly juice today.
A little bit. Okay. He does raise his hand as if he's asking a question.
The seneschal raises an eyebrow. Yes?
Do you happen to have any life jackets or life preservers on board, just in case any of us can't swim?
It is a short ride. Do not move on the boat.
I will try not to rock the boat, but I am very top heavy. All right. I'll get on. And he walks in.
Ophelia steps onto the boat and is like doing that thing where someone's anxious and maybe irritated when they sit, but their like leg is bouncing and their foot is kind of tapping. Tap 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 tap.
Rise will kind
Sounds
of
like
give
a
a short
jackhammer.
wave and be like, "Good luck, you guys. We'll meet you there soon."
Ooh.
Yes. It is a short ride to the center of the swamp where the old sunken riverboat now sits, the lights sort of still buzzing and flickering like a phantom in the foggy dark. You all disembark on the sloped bank of the deck of this ship and are led to that familiar chamber. A few minutes later, the others are dropped off as well, and the seneschal leads you down into the ritual chamber where the prince awaits.
After you.
Sure. I can take point. Who's with us? Alistair, Ophelia, I, and who else?
Everyone's here at this point.
Oh, okay. So we all okay.
Yep.
Sure. Evershow, I guess. If nobody else does, will lead the way, strutting his stuff. Remember that from what Evershow looks like today is running the cannon is he's actually in a well-tailored tall suit that has black and red vine-like patterns woven and sewn into it, with a vest with the classic orange flower vines with rose petals, all with the color of red on him, or orange fire. And he'll walk in, lead the way wherever they're led.
Rise will kind of eye the two barons of this group and kind of like, "Go on, you two should probably go first."
Fine.
Wasn't Average Joe, Ophelia, and Alistair told to go first? And then the rest of us wait here?
You guys can
We
go.
got
You guys all
shuffled.
can go in.
Yeah, it was a
Ah.
quick shuffle. 3, then the other 2 of us. We're all here now.
Yeah, if everyone tried to get on the boat, it would have definitely capsized.
Oh.
Brain did a funny blue screen moment, and I just like completely lost track of everything.
So what you're just so
No
I'm
worries.
clear, basically, what you're setting up is if we have to leave quickly, we can't all leave quickly at once.
100%.
No.
Basically, yes.
Yes,
Unless someone wants to fucking run across water.
Sharks!
Ophelia.
Shark bait? Hoo-ha-ha? Wait, what?
Repeatedly.
Anyway, Rise is kind of like ushering Marcus and Ophelia be like, "You guys are the barons."
Ophelia walks in.
You
Marcus
descend the creaky, mossy steps into the dark, lit only by small candles, very small, not enough to trigger the fear all kindred know. You go down into the dark depths of the old paddle boat, and you find
the ritual chamber of the prince, an altar in one wall of the room, a tea table set out, a nice rug on the floor, and the prince pacing.
Rise will do his usual, like, quick bow.
Ophelia's just standing there.
The prince will kind of stop her pacing and almost robotically slow turn to face you all. Ah, guests. And she'll go and like almost disheveled. Not necessarily like she's not prepared for you, but just like there's a lot on her mind and she's showing it. And she'll go and sit like at the tea table and gesture. By all means, please sit.
It would be my pleasure. Uh, by the way, it's pleasure to make your. He looks off past her for a moment, unfocusing and then refocusing. Meet your holiness. Sorry, stewardship. I'm Everjo.
Prince is fine.
My prince, tonight. It is a pleasure, and I'm gonna stop talking, and the rest of the people are gonna talk now. I'll go sit.
Please, by all means, son of Malkov.
Oh, somebody's knowledgeable, are they?
I would not be prince if I was not.
Mmm.
She'll
Right.
gesture. She'll gesture. Wait, hang on. Why is that caps lock?
Caps lock.
So, it is a, well, I would like to say pleasure, but I have been uneasy. I hear word of a blood curse around Nolans. I would like to know if you have any evidence of that.
Alistair calmly leans forward and presents the medical files that he has procured from the New Orleans infirmary to the prince. These are all cases that have occurred within this week, or at least the most recent week. The very recent one I actually witnessed in person as I was leaving.
Which one? I'm
A young
guessing I'm
boy.
looking.
Oh, a young boy. He was
The last file.
the last file.
Last
16-year-old 16-year-old male. He died in front of me, vomiting liters of blood before he collapsed on the floor. It had a very sickly sweet scent, akin to syrup.
Much different
So,
from the other smelling thing.
of course. She'll look through the files almost meticulously, kind of analyzing them as though looking at a picture and finding Waldo in possibly every inch of it. It takes her a few minutes before she puts the files down, slides them to the
Out of
side.
curiosity,
Yes.
who has the jar of the thing that Molly coughed up?
Ophelia.
Oh, I thought I had it.
Do you present that?
Yeah, Ophelia just kind of holds up the jar.
What is that?
It's a
This.
jar of clot.
Ophelia kind of backhands Joe in the face to
You
make him
will
shut up.
not
Just,
strike me here.
Hey, enough. Explain. She'll gesture to Ophelia.
this is a clot that was coughed up by my lover.
She'll kind of put gloves on, which is strange because you've never seen vampires or kindred of any means put gloves on for anything, and she'll look at this blood clot.
Ophelia will set the jar down and be like, I'm gonna give you a fair warning to hold your breath.
She'll look
As
at
soon
you
as the jar
incredulously.
is opened, as
I
soon
don't
as
open
the
the jar.
jar is
I
opened,
don't open the jar.
never mind. As soon as the jar is picked up, even through the lid that is tightly screwed on, the scent of death is definitely prominent. It reeks. And if it wasn't for this jar masking it, it would quickly overpower an entire room.
That's why I didn't open the jar.
Good call.
Listen,
The
okay, I
energy
ain't trying to get
rolling
everybody
off
else
of
sick.
it, yeah. The energy rolling off of it is necrotic, sickly, horrible. And it is pure black, like ink.
Well, I suppose that solidifies things. She'll put the jar down on the table and kind of put them together, the files and the jar, together in one spot on her desk. She'll take a deep breath and with a heavy sigh. Wait a minute. I'm getting into all. Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what I know. There are several variations of this particular curse. It is a mixture of different things, but when it is performed, whoever the lucky patient Zero was, it was directly infected, then fed from, then the kindred that fed from them infected the next person, making them a carrier, so on and so forth. As you can see, the carrier blood is sickly sweet and attracts kindred to the blood, very much like flies to honey. It makes it hard to resist frenzy, especially if said infected carrier has fed from the infected before. As Ophelia said, as you've witnessed, and Alistair as well, the carrier expels everything, all the blood they fed from. After, especially after the third time, and usually after anywhere from a few days to a week after having this expulsion of blood and this high body temperature, it's the kindred infected just frenzies. There's no rhyme or reason behind that. If the kindred is infected, they cannot. Basically, there is no slaking any hunger from non-infected blood past the second or third time. They will only feed from the infected. And
Miss,
it would.
I have a question.
Yes.
Pardon me if you've already said it, for I kind of phased out after a while of talking. Do we know what happens if a kindred feeds on this individual and then another feeds on the kindred shortly after they had fed?
It takes a carrier normally 3 times before the curse becomes potent.
Say
And
though, would you say it would most? Do we know if the curse transfers over after a kindred has fed on a kindred who had already fed on somebody 3 times?
yes, it does. And
Noted.
normally after the third time, the carrier dies.
Mm.
Just above board clarification, carrier means mortal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A kindred is the infected.
Right. So if a kindred feeds on an infected, the curse is transferred still.
Yes.
Noted. Can put the
Yes,
few
it's
notes in his book.
basically it's basically poisoning the well.
It's whoever sent this upon us wishes to poison our supply. Keep us hungry, keep us frenzying, more than likely. There are a couple of cures for this. A fortitude ritual, or a thin blood alchemy process that risks lethal damage. But anything involving any sort of healing that a carrier has to undergo needs to be done by either those two or a ceremony that I personally know.
Oh, that might be misread.
Okay.
Any of the
the more in
rituals to heal can be undone.
Oh, I misread that. Okay. So the carrier can only be cured by a fortitude ritual or a thin blood alchemy process that risks lethal damage, right?
Correct. And it can be
Cool.
undone by another ceremony.
By an oblivion ceremony. Yes. The more infected the mortal is, the harder it is to heal, and the more vitae it will take to fulfill. The carrier, once healed, will cough up that. Just a necrotic blob of vitae that can be used to enhance the said ceremonies that can be used for it to be undone.
This is not the first time this has happened. I was apprised by my sire that another incidence of this curse occurred a few hundred years ago.
Mm-hmm. I guess this is a question for the ST. Was Helena there for that?
Was she around during the Black Plague?
Oh no, I don't think she was. She's not that old.
Then no, she wasn't.
I
I
have
don't think she was that
personal
old.
first-hand experience during that time.
Oh, have you, son of Malkov?
I would ask of you, simply, as I have unfortunately been disrespected by one of my coterie within your presence and halls, I would ask that you give me the title of my name, or the title of which I have been known by through ages past. Averjo will settle, though.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
None taken
Averjo.
for now. Yes. It was not a particularly beautiful time. very dreary, especially for the kindred who were involved. It was, I remember, blood coated walls with black sticky things. It was, I believe, the Azamites had an issue with a particular group. What is it? I think the Azamites called it a bane of secrement? Secretement?
Sacrament.
Sacrum. That's it. The
Yes, I'm
blessing
aware.
of the all crumbling Nurgle.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is called, yes.
Wasn't that from the Bali? I think.
Yes, the demon worshippers.
Yes. I wouldn't suggest following in their footsteps. Demons can be quite fickle.
Not my intention in the slightest. That I will tell you.
Hmm. Well,
If anything, I wish to help, which is why
why?
I have told you all here today. There is one of my clan, one who I have had to banish, who was rumored to have stolen a book, specifically, more than likely targeting the plague that we're seeing now.
The
This is
seneschal pipes up as well. She is also the one who made her home in the ruined church that you explored.
Eve Sinclair has caused me enough problems to last a lifetime, but this is much too far. I need her head. That is my price for telling you what I know.
Hmm.
There is one other caution that we must take. The plague can spread, but there is the most dangerous kind of carrier. Those who feed from the dead or the diseased. We cannot show illness, but those who feed from them most often can pass on their disease to others. They are known as plague carriers. They will be completely asymptomatic, and they will not show any signs of being infected or being addicted to the carrier's blood.
Intriguing.
It is
I think
these that allow a blood curse to spread in perpetuity. Many of our ranks were lost because of this.
Intriguing.
I
Not
feel
uncommon.
no, it is not. I feel I let the snake run amok in my garden a little bit too long. So I say we stop the machine at its head.
Do you have any idea who started it?
She was rumored to have stolen attacks on ancient blood plates. More than likely, it would not surprise me if it was Sinclair.
Does she belong to any particular group of interest to you?
She is the enemy. Just a bot.
Oh. Oh.
Exactly. She no doubt has her proclivities. And of course, she reaches to seek vengeance against me and mine. More than likely. And hence, why this is happening. If you can find that text as well, if she has it on her or in her person when you go to seek her out, I would like that in my personal libraries. I think it would be better in my hands.
Well, what? He Everjo opens his notebook, flipping several pages to the back, and underlines a few things. And Sabat involved. Just so I know, in case it comes along, do we know anything about her being bonded to a pack? And do we know what sect of religion of the Sabat she is a part of?
That
Now-
information is not pertinent, but you may have destroyed her pack already. And she looks to Alistair.
Alistair?
The path of Cain.
Unsurprising.
Understood. Helps create a profile on them for later. Common. Yeah. He closes it and just kind of trails off and shuts the fuck up real fast.
Out of character, that sounds about right, honestly. So, any questions?
No.
Have you already alerted the kindred of your domain? Because if this curse is already active, then the entirety of the New Orleans population could be in danger.
Leave the designation of that to me. I will let my people know and spread the message however far I need to amongst my jurisdiction. If I can pass that on to the other Cara Maria sect and our allies, I will do so as well.
I would also suggest that for the meantime, until we get this curse extinguished, that you do not feed on any New Orleans mortals. Try and get your supplies outside of the city if possible. Any connections you have with blood banks, morgues, anything attaining that we could use, I would recommend that.
She'll look at Alistair incredulously and say nothing.
I normally would not advise this, but I've seen this curse myself.
As have I.
Anyone who has fallen victim to this, New Orleans is in danger.
That I will agree with you.
We cannot have this spread beyond the city.
We also do not want to spread widespread panic. That's why I said leave it to me. I don't know how to sweeten the pot, so to speak, without upsetting the hive. Does that make sense?
If that's the case, then I do know of someone who could have connections to blood supplies outside New Orleans. They're not associated with the Camarilla. I will put that lightly, but they can be trusted.
I appreciate the offer, but I am nothing if not prepared.
You say you have visited the epicenter of this.
I was on the campus as a student. It was my cover to find out any information about wrongdoings going on within New Orleans. So yes, I was at the epicenter of this epidemic.
There is only one way to get rid of the curse if a kindred is infected. They must slake their hunger and satiate the beast fully, killing the mortal. Or they must be killed. We need to figure out how many infected there are. And we need to make them... We need to cure them. Either from one option or the other. But it seems it will be the latter.
You're asking for a cleansing.
It is the only way to stop the infection without breaching the masquerade and having too many dead.
And at that point, it is not asking. It is necessity.
You may
Haverjo
attempt to
begins
cure them
madly-
with...
Haverjo
You may attempt
begins-
to...
Oh, never mind.
You may attempt to cure them how you wish. Evidently, you have already done it once, and she gestures to the foul-smelling jar. But it will take much, much vitae, depending on how many there are. It is simply quicker and more efficient to cleanse the plague.
You can say that again.
Was there any other questions for me in mind?
How's your own life been going?
That is a question I did not expect. Excuse me.
Neither did I completely broke character there. I was like, excuse me?
I am doing better than most. But let the spotlight not shine on me.
Well,
You have
that's
you
the
have other
thorns
kindred to help.
lately. What's the roses? We've got bad. What's the good? Clearly,
Fair.
there's got to be something in your own life that's worth the rose petals in the garden.
I have beauty in my garden, but that is for me to see. Not everyone can see the same flowers I can, if that makes sense.
Could you show me?
One day. You will have work to do, unfortunately.
Well, he leans
we
in
have
a
all
little
the-
bit closer across the table. If you let me see what you can see, I might be able to give you glimpses into things lost in time.
Joe, you're saying things that sound like something a man in a club would say to you after he's put something in your drink.
You know, Ophelia, I've been there. Not a fun time. You're
Yeah,
right.
why are you
know,
talking like that? Why can't you just say things normally? Why can't you just say, "Hey, might I pick your thoughts and see what you can see?" So then I could get a better idea of what we're looking for instead of whatever the fuck you said.
Where's the means
Is
to
this an Malkavian way? Is this a Malkavian way of flirting? Because I've never heard of this.
I
In
don't
any
think this is
case,
flirting. I think it's just called harassment.
no, if it was harassment, he'd be sticked. But in any case, tell you what, Averjo.
Yes.
Take this a boon between you and I. You help them handle the plague. I'll set a date. How about that?
Oh, I did not expect this outcome, but I can never refuse the advances and proclivities of a prince.
You You've intrigued me enough.
As have you.
Is there anything else?
I think we have all the information we need. I will need the files back so that way I can apprise my sire of what's going on.
I wish you all the best of luck. May your minds be wise and clear as you walk this road. It will be dangerous.
It always is.
We shall escort you back to shore. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. We will aid you however we can, either with more information or perhaps with someone who may
Guns?
have aptitude for dealing with with the target.
Ophelia, may I speak to you alone, please?
Oh, yeah, sure, definitely. Nothing like whispering, Ophelia, may I speak to you alone? And Ophelia will, like, follow Alistair to, like, wherever they want to, like, speak quietly.
Adieu, and good luck.
I'll say, as you all wait for the ferryman to arrive, Alistair, you take Ophelia aside.
We're going to have to assemble a kill squad.
You're saying this like it's a bad thing.
I can't think of any other person who would be more capable of it than you, Ophelia. Do you have any contacts that we could possibly use?
For what specifically do we need to kill these people?
If we
They're
can't
like us.
cure... If we can't cure them, Ophelia, more will die.
Believe me, they did. I never planned to let them live. Whatever they have and whatever they caused got to Molly. The second it touched Molly, it stopped becoming a question of curing them.
Then... you know what I'm going to be asking you.
I still need to hear. We both know just for the sake of. Actually, you know what? I don't think you've been. I don't think you've visited the dungeon of Madam Whispers yet, so you probably don't know about that. But I'd like to hear consent first of exactly what you want of me.
For some reason, a dark amusement creeps into Alice's mind, but he quickly stands it down. I give you consent to cleanse these victims if you cannot cure them.
Believe me, it wasn't. I mean, I'm not that. You also giving me consent to kill someone. It's kind of a little late for that, don't you think? It's basically what I've been doing. You may be older than me, but you may be older than me, but when it comes to killing people, I'm a bit more experienced.
I'm giving you consent for this because I trust you. You're the only one out of all this coterie, out of everyone I've encountered, that has been the most blunt and the most honest. And considering my position in the Tremere, this could also be used to your advantage, because I'm next in line to succeed my sire. Once I assume my role as Magister, I will make sure that your your secrets are kept secret and that your domain is under our protection.
Like the look in Ophelia's eyes goes from calm, sort of mildly annoyed and maybe a bit tired, to her eyes visibly sharpen, and they shift from Ophelia to more Lycanish. Are you saying that I am incapable of protecting my own domain without your help?
I never said that, Ophelia.
Then what are you implying?
I am saying this because I want to protect a friend. And I don't say that word lightly. I consider you a friend, and I want to make sure that you, Molly, Rise, everyone remains safe.
Ah, man, even Joe.
He can see to himself.
Fair enough. And she's like,
Will
fine.
you do that? Will you do this for me?
Ah, as famous video game character Gears of War Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War said, I'm not doing this for you, but I'll add you on to it. At this fucking point, I've got to make some use of my skills. Cause since the fact that I have them, trouble's just gonna keep fucking finding me.
Thank you.
Now, believe
Oh,
me, I know who I need to kill. If I'm gonna go off slaughtering people, I know who I need. But, and she jabs her finger into Alistair's like chest. If you want to try and cure them, you're going to need Rise. Kid may be more. Kid may be a bigger twink. Kid may be a bigger twink than any male protagonist in a Barbie movie, but the kid's a good medic.
he was actually the next person I was going to contact. And just for the sake of my secrets, keep the fact that I have a boyfriend in the ministry. Hush, hush, please.
And she looks to Alistair. It's like and she's like Alistair, and she's like Alistair, and she actually no backtrack. She taps her chin. She's Alistair. I don't remember fully, but you were there when you read the journal of my sire, correct?
Yes.
And she pulls a manila envelope out of her like jacket and puts it in Alistair's hands. I know good information about you, enough to ruin your life. You know just enough to make me uncomfortable. There's our even bet. Cause if there's one thing I fucking hate, it's fighting on an unfair field. Read through that and know that you'll have that. I don't ever plan I don't ever plan to reveal your secrets, but you Tremere tend to be a little bit stickler-esque with trusting people. So, there's my trust. Read it, know it, learn it. And we've got ourselves a deal. Plus, mortals die too quickly when I hit them. Kindred at least scream in pain.
Alistair looks at the manila folder and opens it.
Inside of there is very detailed information that the Prince of the Camarilla, it's like I think the New Orleans area Camarilla, the first one that the rest of us met at the beginning of the campaign, had collected on Ophelia way back when she first kind of showed up and started causing trouble for them. So it has a lot of information about her bronze bull days and exactly um like what kind of bounty she's going for in the European Camarillas. if Moon wants to add detail to that, I'll let Moon do that.
I missed half of it. Y'all are good.
Fair enough.
Alistair reads through this quietly and then shuts the folder with the finality and gives a rare smile to Ophelia. We have a deal.
Good. And she takes the envelope and she just tucks it back into like her coat and she's like, and before you say anything, he was missing a significant amount of information in that folder.
Everyone has their skeletons in the closet. I don't intend to sift through the remains.
Believe me, if there are skeletons in my closet, their bones are picked clean at least. And she walks away.
Excellent.
I don't know. That GIF isn't accurate. I think a GIF closer to the group chat getting leaked is closer to reading Ophelia's file.
Wait, what GIF? I wasn't even paying attention
Matt.
into that.
It's in the main session
Meanwhile-
group chat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it. No, I was reading.
Yeah. That GIF is closer to what the contents of that are like.
No, I was no, I was reading some more. I was reading some more stuff about Thin Blood Alchemy while I was doing the scene.
Oh, of course.
Anyways, as Ophelia and Alistair have their little chat, Rise sort of fidgets next to Averjo. He sort of rubs his forehead and then sort of goes over his own notes, chewing a nail, and thought. We can't kill them all, can we? That doesn't seem fair.
Are you talking to me specifically?
Oh,
Or are you just talking for the sake
just
of
sort
putting
of-
it out into the world?
just sort of speaking aloud, I guess. What do you think about this? You said you had experience with it?
Yes. It's hard to put a pin in the exact details. But when I think of it, not a good, not fun. Just overall, bad time, not happy. I think at once even I succumbed to the curse. I don't remember how I made sure that I was fine at the moment, but if it comes to me, I'll let you know.
Well, you
Yeah.
heard the princess right-hand woman, woman. She said that the only way to cure it is to either drain somebody or just be killed.
Mm.
We can't.
Well, that kind of narrows it down to what I did then. Sorry,
It's
I
a
kind of phased out.
lose-lose situation.
Of course. I think I phased out for a large portion of that conversation. This whole time he's been loosely scribbling in his own notebook. And just so I'm clear, Mood, you're talking for Reese right now? Rise?
Yes, I am.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he's madly kind of irritatedly scritching in his own notebook.
What are you drawing?
Oh, sorry. Just I have images flashing, burning eyes, blue. And he leans down and lowers his notebook so Rise can get a look in it. And it's, I mean, I'll let you describe what Rise sees.
He sees eyes. Many eyes, all different shapes and all different sort of levels of artistry. But It's predominantly done with red and blue ink. All the eye is red, even the pupil, save for one ring of blue around the pupil. And it's done over and over. Sometimes the eyes overlap, sometimes they're staring out onto the page or looking in a specific direction. But there are so many eyes. All red and blue.
Something about the imagery. It's gnawing at my head. I just not sure why.
Do these belong to somebody?
Probably. I don't think I've eaten their eyes. So probably somebody that's leaving. I'm not usually an eye eater. You think Ophelia eats eyes?
I mean, probably. I don't know if they're any good. I mean, I haven't. Please don't eat my eyes, Evershow.
I would. Oh, come on. I mean, you could regrow them, but no, never. Though I will say, this is good for you to know as a salubri. In some very, very specific sects of food critics, salubri's third eye is a delicacy, so you better watch that thing a little bit closer. You know, just good to know.
Definitely noted. I'll try to not get into a situation like that anytime soon. But anyways, do you think you've seen somebody with these kind of eyes? I mean, they kind of look.
Oh, most definitely.
They kind of look like, I don't know. The blue is what's getting me. If they were just pure red, they'd be Ophelia's pretty much.
Well, it's not jogging my memory at the moment, but we'll see how that fares for most of the night. Oftentimes, sharing helps jog what I need. Speaking of Ophelia, you want to know a secret?
He sort of looks around and then sort of leans in and whispers, "Sure."
Okay. So you know how I asked you a while ago and a few others what Ophelia liked, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. So I go antiquing like a lot. And she likes a lot of dolls. No, wait, robot dolls. And so, uh, look at this. And he takes from under his cloak that's been hooked onto his back in a little, like a small compartment that he has, little wooden compartment that he has strapped to his back under his cloak. And he pulls out a little box. And I think it's at that moment that Ophelia's coming back. And what he has, what is something that Ophelia has been wanting, a Gundam that she has been wanting but can't seem to find?
You.
I just heard Spider do the biggest sigh.
All right, all right. Let me do some quick research.
That gif though, holy shit, Spider.
That's basically about to be Ophelia to Joe. All right, there we go. All right.
Eyes.
According to this, the rarest Gundam model is a perfect grade 160 RX-79-2 Gundam Gold version, and apparently this thing is covered in gold plating.
Jesus.
And
I know
let's see
that-
how much it typically goes for.
If it's gold plating, I'm guessing it's definitely over $1,000 or so.
$1,600.
Called it.
I mean,
Hello?
Average Joe's World, that's somewhat.
Oh wait, no, yeah, no, sorry, that was the wrong one. That's it's actually the correct one. That was a different one. This one is 11,000.
That's more like it. That's not.
Yeah,
quite
that sounds about right. If it's gold plating.
Yeah, Ophelia sees this and her eyes sharpen.
don't let Ophelia see yet. I've got something planned. Trust me, it's great, Reese.
There's a part of Ophelia, a very distinct part of her that's whispering in her ears right now, simply just going. There's multiple parts. There's one that's like, interesting. Let's see where he goes with this. There's another part that's like, oh, I mean, that's kind of douchey, but that's nice. And then there's another distinct part that's just like, rip it from his hands and take it for your own. And then the final part is just like, and the final part is just, you know what? Actually, your werewolf side has a point.
So that's what he's doing as we wait for the thing. For the boat.
Ophelia is like standing very close to Joe, contemplate, similar to the level of contemplation she had when she was considering throwing Rise in a dumpster a few sessions ago.
Wow, I cry every time.
Like, it's that same level of contemplation where it's like, all right, what are the pros and what are the cons of this? And currently at the moment, the pros are weighing out the cons. There's one con and several dozen pros by this point.
Yes. So, yes, this is what I've got. Something. Just don't let her know it's great. I've got it planned for something in the future, Reese.
Ophelia just standing behind Joe, but Rise seeing one of Ophelia's eyes staring at him like the colossal titan from inside of the wall.
I'll let Moon finish up this one because I have no idea what's happening. So however you grudge.
Amazing.
Panic.
Yeah,
Panic.
sure. Yeah, sure. Secret is safe with me. I gotta text Sylvia really quick and let her know what's going on.
Okay. Bye. Rise always does get a little bit weird.
Hey, Marcus.
Wow.
Give me a quick wits and awareness check.
Okay.
Do you see Averjo get murdered for a Gundam?
I mean, you say this like this is the first time Ophelia's murdered anyone for a Gundam.
2 successes on just a straight roll.
Yep. You notice that Aperjo seems to be unconsciously scratching the tattoo on his arm that you got with him.
Averjo, are you okay?
He quickly looks over and then tries to hide this package into his cloak again, like fumbles it for a minute, and then grabs and puts it. Yeah, absolutely, sure. What's up? He kind of leans back on an imaginary pole.
You're scratching your arm a lot. Itching? Or
What?
something else?
Oh,
Sure.
He looks down and realizes what he's been doing.
The skin of the tattoo is raw and red.
I think there's a long look of contemplation. And a memory comes to him of his left arm covered in a sleeve of names and seeing claw marks through it. It's a flash. It pangs in his memory for a moment. And he just looks over at Marcus and oh, it's nothing. Looks like I've just added again. The process repeats.
What's going on, bud?
Don't know. Just reliving a cycle over and over again. Life gets long. kind of go through circles. You end up where you started. Kind of upsetting to look at on a timeline. And the voices and whisperings over the time is just exhausting. That's why I tried to tear the strings away.
Sounds like a lot.
I mean, it can be. I don't think it's too much more special than most people. You know what? I think that's a lie. Probably is a little bit more special than most people, but I think you're special, Marcus.
You're pretty special yourself, Joe. Let me
Oh,
fix it.
don't make me try to blush of my life.
Not trying. And Marcus would pull out like just some hand lotion from his pocket and put it onto the raw skin. This might sting, but it's gonna help.
I mean, he holds up his left hand, of which it is sealed, but his ring finger and pinky are just absent. I mean, pain's normal, so this isn't. Oh shit! Okay,
There it is.
apparently the chemicals in the new lotions are getting stronger.
It's more of the, scent, vanilla and cherry. Fucking amazing. You have no idea just like how good that smell combination is at times.
Really? Sorry, my sniffer is kind of. I mean, it gets the most sense, and maybe I should take a taste. And he goes to take his left pinky to take a dip and lick it, but then just smashes his stump right into the glob of lotion and realizes, well, all right. Kind of sucks off his knuckle. Well, that's all right. I don't like it that much, though. Well, it'll get the job done.
It's not meant for eating, my friend.
I mean, most things aren't, but we can.
We shouldn't. Not this one.
Hey, look. Most food tastes like shit, right? However, you put some pennies in your mouth, you can taste the copper. It's not nothing, but it's something.
I want to be upset about it. But, you're a good man, Joe. You got a good head on your shoulders. Few marbles missing, but it's a good head on your shoulders.
Okay, if you say so. Well, anyways, you want to...
No.
Go ahead.
The ferryman arrives.
Yay!
And starts herding you all back to shore.
Wahoo.
Whereupon, Averjo, you get a message from Sylvia.
What does it say?
Unless the message has changed.
Okay, gotcha. Just wanted to see if it did. Gets a message that says, Reese filled chronic illness is a bitch. Sorry, you got this. We love you, Rise. Who did we lose? Wolf. Okay, never mind. He sees the text that says, Reese filled me in, I'd like to help, basically. And he just responds, well, back to land we are. Hey, guys, where are we heading off to first? Are we meeting up somewhere?
Does Joe notice Ophelia standing behind him with murderous intent?
That's up to Averjo.
That's what I want to know. Like Joe.
Averjo has, whether he knows it or not, he has unwillingly ignored the presence of most things around him at the moment. So no.
In his lane, thriving.
Yeah. Hey, it's a nice way.
I'm not even sure if he's thriving. I think he's. I'm not sure if it's ignorance either. Like, Do you call someone with Alzheimer's like, hey, ignorance is bliss?
I mean, kind of. I'd rather not know I'm dying. That's a little bit dark, but I said it.
Fuck, fair. All
right. Anyways, yeah, Average Joe just looks over at the group and probably turns, pivots on his heel, looks at everybody, probably realizes Ophelia, not really realizing the look. It's just like, hey, are we meeting up at Broken? Sylvia wants to join, so where do I tell her we're going?
Broken.
I don't think that's really going to be a smart idea if you don't mind me throwing in that. We should probably head over to my speakeasy.
Oh yeah, let's go there. Let's go. Tell Sylvia to just go there.
Okay,
Sylvia
He's
got an
already
idea.
there. That's the
Don't worry.
point.
I've got an idea. Here, I learned that you can do something new on this phone. I don't know if you guys have been able to do this, but look at this. He presses a button and it starts a voice recording. Hi, Sylvia. I'm with the gang here. We're going to meet up at Not Broken. We're going to meet up here. Marcus, where are we meeting up?
The speakeasy under Crown Records.
Marcus
I'm
says
already
the
there, baby
speakeasy under
cakes.
Crown Records. Ophelia's here. Alistair's here. Rise is here. We look forward to seeing Sylvia here. Bye. And ends the message and sends that.
Rise kind of like sighs and he's like, well, I'm gonna bring my bike. Anyone want to ride?
Ophelia is already just kind of getting ready to walk away.
I mean, would I be too top heavy to ride your bike with you?
I don't think so. I think we can handle it. And he'll like hand he'll hand the helmet to Averjo. However, I don't trust you not to fall off, so put that on.
You youngins and your safety precautions, fine.
So Rise and Averjo will be like, we'll see you there.
We go.
We're off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
You all head back to the speakeasy beneath Crown Records, where Sylvia awaits. Silver and Gold stand guard at the bottom of the stairs.
Marcus walks up and goes, "The night whispers louder than the winds of change."
Oh, that's so ominous.
nod.
I was hoping that we would figure out what the secret code was.
They nod and they step aside, allowing you and everyone else to pass.
I'm gonna post the car Marcus is driving tonight. Just.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Nice. Show off,
Oh yeah.
I say.
Make yourselves at home. This is, the place I built for us to have important meetings and, a few ragers now and again.
Do you have something to drink? I'm a little peckish at the moment.
Pain, panic. Actually, I can do a better whistle. Hold on.
Oh, it cuts
Sadly,
it
it's
out.
not picking up. I wish it was.
I can give me a second. Let me.
Just whistling in your house.
I mean, my family whistles like on a daily.
Ophelia. Oh God! Ow.
Yeah, damn.
Oh,
That's cool.
Ophelia
Nice.
sips
That's
one of her slushies, one of her meat slushies.
Pain and Panic skitter forward. I believe it was Pain that is a little bit more sluggish from the earlier feeding of the night.
Yes, it would be Pain. If you wouldn't mind, Averjo, please take from Panic. Pain is tapped
Mm.
out tonight.
Good. I need to, well, Ophelia took my fingers. I want them back. Hi, Pain. I promise it won't be a pain. And he sinks his teeth.
Ophelia is staring at fucking Joe like, fucking excuse me?
Slight addendum to that. Panic is a Schlachter that has been modified and under Marcus's control, made by Xavier, under Marcus's control. Basically, he is a blood tap. So you press the spot on his wrist, and an artery literally just dispenses it like hot coffee.
Motherfucker got a drinking fountain blood machine in his
I have
house.
two. I have two.
I'm sorry. I just got like a flashback to like the Treehouse of Horror where Homer dies and he becomes like a blood tap for beer.
I'm thinking about the scene from fuck, what's that Adam Sandler movie where he's like the guy from like the small town, but then he becomes rich?
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, and he's like drinking from the water fountain. It's like, that's Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah.
Listen. It is a Tamichi like special. Like, would you rather have Xavier like peeling off people's skin, or would you rather him have a whole den full of like flesh furniture?
I mean, that's just the Drukari, so
Right,
Yeah,
over here like
literally,
none
it's
of
just
the
Drukari.
above.
Oh,
none of the above.
I'll type
Vampire
it to
pot noodle.
Rise, but
Yes.
what Averjo said, jokingly, but in a serious tone, is that he knows in some circles, just after talking about Ophelia and Organivores things, he said, in some places, in some circles, Solubri's third eye is a delicacy, so you might want to take care of that thing extra well.
Oh, Rise is over here like, oh,
Are
yay.
you suggesting that I would let someone, let alone myself, eat Rise's third eye?
Well, depending on how hungry you are, you might have to frenzy resist to avoid it.
Rise, it's like, Rise, you're not helping, and she takes like a wooden paper clip and clips Rise's lips shut. It just-
He's just crying in the corner. He's like,
He
Anyways.
Anyway,
I
sorry, yes,
go-
back to the topic.
I try to slake hunger, basically. So
Okay, so let's see what the feeding table says.
I am hungry 3.
Maximum safe drink would be 2 points.
Well, I take that 2 points, and right after, I will attempt to rouse the blood to heal my fingies.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Also, let me know what number you get.
Oh, okay, sure. Wow, I'm rolling good on these d10s. A 10.
Interesting. You remember... I'll DM it to you.
Okay. And so that means I can't remember
Secrets.
how healing works off the top of my head. I make a rouse check and it heals points of superficial.
Basically, depending on your blood potency, it determines how much you can heal.
Blood potency 3. Mend amount on my thing says 2 superficial, so perfectly. Yeah. So, his fingers. I think what happens is a little bit of dust from the corners of the room get sucked towards him, and his blood spills from the reopening the wound and combines with the dust and just forms little fingers, and then they fully just materialize again.
That
That's
is
just power trick.
so useful.
I've done the same with my arm a few times. Actually, both my arms. Am I a Sisyphus' kindred right now with how many times I've lost my arms?
It kind of sounds like it.
I mean, when you put it that way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't see you guys. I don't see you guys fighting werewolves and getting your arms torn off.
You're right.
Yeah,
We
'cause
fought a
you don't
werewolf and didn't
see
get
it.
our arms torn off.
Did you guys
He puts
fight it or just not? Did you guys fight it or just avoid getting hit by it?
Rise has put himself back in the corner.
I mean, I avoided getting hit by it, but that's just me.
I think we all
Marcus, either
have
you
our...
Marcus, you hit other things, hit on other things, and then get hit by nothing. At this point, you're just a paradox in terms of what your sexuality is.
There is no living being that walks on this planet that can comprehend my sexual preference.
Get out of here, Alucard.
And like that, I'm throwing you out the window.
Please do
There
not.
is no window. We're underground.
I'll make one.
Please also do not.
Just before Sylvia gets here, Averjo will start scribbling in his notebook again and show it to Rise again.
Rise kind of glances over to read it.
Rise, you see sort of a crude portrait of what appears to be a young woman with short hair and those eyes, blue and red, and she's smiling in the picture with two fangs peering over her lip.
Sorry, above board because I was away. Do I know who
Two
this
fangs
person-
on either lip.
Do I know who this is?
You do not know who it is.
Okay. Sorry. To follow up, do we know anything about it, or should I be asking questions?
Averjo just kind of showed you, basically was scribbling down manically for a moment and said, "I don't know why. I recognize this and it's coming to me."
Okay, thank you.
Jeez, that made me jump.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
He's like looking it over and he's like, so, any further thoughts? She's pretty. She seems happy.
I don't know. What do you think, Marcus?
Kiss you there.
There you go.
Hello, Marcus.
Hello?
There you
There
are.
you are.
There you are.
Yeah, I disconnected. I missed most of that.
Ooh. What was
Average
Fine.
is showing Marcus a portrait of a young woman.
Quite.
That he
It's quite
drew
pretty.
himself.
It's quite pretty.
Do you recognize her?
Do I?
You can roll a wits and resolve check.
Love being dyslexic and can't read.
It's 2 attributes.
Oh. No, I could do that.
Magic.
Magic.
Difficulty or straight roll?
Straight roll.
One success.
I'll
Out
give
of
you
5.
this. She looks vaguely familiar. How long has Crown Records been around?
I would say we've been open for almost a year. About 10, 11 months so far.
Well, in that case, she does not look familiar to you.
Oh. Can't ring any bells of his face, and it's strange. I usually remember a pretty face like that.
Well, thank you for your compliments on my drawings. I just feels like something's itching in the back of my head.
Might be maggots again.
That happened once, way before your time. How did you know?
Because I assumed if I uh, I assumed if I said it, I would probably be right. I mean, just looking at you, I assumed that if anyone was to have maggots in their brain, it'd be you.
Okay, look. A suggestion. Unless you know the Earth's touch and how to mold it, don't get buried alive.
Ah, believe me, if I wanted, if I wanted to get buried, believe me, if I wanted to go get buried alive, I'd go see, believe me, if I wanted to go get buried alive, I'd go see the egregiously beautiful, thick woman staying at Madame Whispers. Then, I could at least get buried alive and some thighs.
How thick?
Marcus stabs up Ophelia.
Appreciation of
Anyways.
thick women.
I mean,
Anyways.
fair.
Army of two.
Anyways, Sylvia, what have you been up to?
Sylvia's just been pacing the whole time, like walking back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then when she got an update from Rise, so I'll read everybody what I've been texting. To Rise, she said, Sis, can you read it? Can you just read all the text? I'm a little too baked to navigate Discord right now.
Let me see if I can find them.
Too baked. Okay. All right, I can read them.
You got them, thanks.
go.
Don't green out.
It's
Alright,
not even a green out.
so-
I just am bad at Discord.
Yeah. All right. So Sylvia originally texted Rise. So you guys got permission from the vampire government to do eugenics on this plague?
Rise had responded, I suppose you could say that.
That's so fucked up.
It is. This is all so fucked up.
What about the cure? How much vitae does it take?
I wish. It takes way too much vitae. A literal death sentence. And Kindred, there's no help.
Average Joe, she
And-
texted, Joe, I got an update from Rise. I want to help. And Joe then replied something about, and we already heard, he replied that he was like, we'll meet you there and talk about it. So when they arrive,
We'll meet there and we'll talk about it. Right now I'm playing with my Robert.
yeah, what is the robot thing? I didn't get that.
The
It's a
Gundam
little,
toy.
like,
Oh.
Gundam figurine.
That's awesome. That's right. How could I forget the Gundam? Anyway, then she says when they arrive, she's like, Average Joe, you healed Molly. I want you to teach me how to do that.
Oh. I mean, that's one hell of a way to greet somebody when they walk in the door, but yes, I'm always open to teaching as best I can.
Okay, it's settled.
It
And
might
she starts
take some
pacing again.
time. It doesn't come quickly.
We'll get started now then.
Okay. Well, I'm sure, I'm coming with, hi group, this is Sylvia, this is the coterie, we all know each other, they're here as well.
You're not thinking of using this, are you? To Sylvia.
Using what?
Whatever Average Joe did to Molly. I'm pretty sure he was missing 2 fingers well, they're back now, but they were missing.
It doesn't, yeah. Of course. Why wouldn't I?
I don't think you have enough body parts to save New Orleans.
Well, then I'll I'll do what I can,
I
and that'll have to be enough.
I think it is admirable that Sylvia would like to share the burden of healing those who she deems necessary in furthering her life.
I mean, I agree, I'm just. And he kind of like. He's like pulling at his hair a little bit, kind of like against the back of his neck. I don't. Oh, this is all such a stupid ass situation.
There's something else that the prince wants us to do. She
What is
wants
it?
the head. She wants the head of Sinclair. She wants the head of Sinclair.
Sylvia
Eve
doesn't know who
Sinclair.
Sinclair is.
Eve Sinclair is. Do you remember the church that Ophelia, Rise, and I investigated?
When Sylvia
She.
ate a guy? I mean, Ophelia ate a guy?
That
Did-
was one instance, but
Did that happen then?
I don't think so. Off topic. Eve Sinclair apparently had a base of operations there. There's a catch. She's Sabat.
They're always Sabat.
Just makes them easier.
How so?
Yes.
Sabat
Think
have
so?
no. Sabat have no reverence for life, mortal or immortal, unless it is for their own ends. Especially if they're related to the path of Cain.
Hmm.
Do you know what the path of Cain is, Sylvia?
No, I don't.
This does not surprise me. Well, I only know
She's
parts.
only a neonate, Avajo. Give her some lenience on that.
Oh, I didn't expect it. I mean, you are the knowledge meister. Yes, knowledge meister. Go ahead and explain if you'd like.
I'll
Good
explain
for
it
her
in
to learn.
layman's terms. I'll explain in layman's terms, Sylvia. Path of Cain are a religious sect that are dedicated to the resurrection of their god or dark father.
Huh.
They don't care who gets in their way, and they view the beast as a servant, considering it something that is to be nourished and respected. They're obsessed with power, and the only ideals that they have is to emulate their dark father.
Dark Father. Did he sire them?
They believe that they have been sired by Cain, but I don't think any true descendants of Cain still exist.
Ah,
Because Cain was considered to be the very first of our kind.
oh. That'd have to be quite old.
Older than Avajo.
Ugh, nobody's older than average Joe.
No one alive, anyway.
No, there are people older than I.
I thought the
Yeah, right.
Methuselah were few and far between, and any who were usually hunted.
I'm. Sorry, there's a bit of missing context. Uh, yes, of course we're few and far between, and I forgot that I even told you, or you had a full understanding of what I am. Because truly, the only thing I know about myself is that I'm being hunted.
Wait, you're
Yep.
being hunted?
Oh, I wasn't really supposed to say that.
Who's hunting you?
Uh, I would rather not talk about it in this moment.
Suit yourself.
Thank you.
Regardless, anyone that is connected to the Path of Cain is bad news, and the fact that we have to bring back the head of Eve Sinclair just complicates matters, but it's the only way the prince will give us all the information that we need in order to extinguish this curse.
Correction,
And-
it is. She will. This is the debt that you owe her for her giving you the information.
Oh, sorry. This is us, how we repay our debt for her giving information.
Yeah, I guess vampires don't really need money, do they? They need assassins.
And
In this
nobody
world, it's an
works
eye.
for free anymore.
Nobody
In this
works for
world,
free.
in this world, it's an eye for an eye, and trust me, you're not the only one that's learning that the hard way.
Ugh.
I mean, you'll run across a few. Some are friendly that give favors that aren't blood binding.
Being a vampire sucks.
Hey, you're learning!
Honestly, Rise kind of chuckles a little bit. Being a human sucked too.
I don't.
Sylvia,
Everything just fucking
Sylvia
sucks.
can't argue with that. Sylvia super can't argue with that at all. She just kind of makes a little grimace.
So we have two tasks on hand: a cleansing and, or possible
Ugh,
cure.
calling it a
And
cleansing just makes it sound so fucked up.
I can't think of any other way to explain it, Sylvia.
No, I
We're being
know, I know.
we're being asked to kill these people, or more will die.
I I understand
It's
that this is a trolley problem in action, but it doesn't make me feel any better.
It doesn't make me feel any better either. But we have to think about the greater good here. If we don't do this, more will die.
Well, that's why I need Average Joe to help me.
And this is where Rise also comes in, because you were a medic back in the war, weren't you?
That I was. I'll be honest, we never dealt with blood curses that I was aware of.
Well, if you think about it hard enough, isn't addiction just a blood curse?
Fair.
Huh.
I never did solve that, though, either. I usually dealt with,
Okay.
your limb is missing.
I mean, fair enough. I
That's-
mean, guess we all have blood curses. Ophelia says she lights a cigarette while holding a flask.
But how can I help?
I don't want to have to resort to killing them straight off, even though I have already asked Ophelia to organize something. But I don't want to jump on that at the first hurdle. I want to see if it is possible to actually heal these victims. If we can't, then we'll have no choice but to cleanse them.
Fair enough. He'll look over at Average Joe. Guess I'm learning from you too. Not exactly in the same way. I don't think I can do magic, he says with like jazz fingers.
All right.
Something that's
So
just...
on that note,
Hmm?
for those who would like to learn fortitude from Averjo, it would be it would be 18 EXP. I am going to reduce the out of clan level discipline EXP requirement by 1. So the first level, you would get your choice of either resilience and or unswayable mind, and then for the level 2 ability, it would be invigorating vitae.
I
Cool.
have both of the level 1s already.
Nice.
Oh, well, excellent. So
Awesome.
it would just be 12 EXP for you.
Yeah.
Actually, it'd be like, hold on.
Salubri
it a
have
clan?
natural.
Oh, they do have. Okay.
Yes.
So in clan discipline then. Okay. It would be, let's see. It would be 8 EXP for you since you're learning it.
Fantastic. I have it. I have the EXP to spend. Yay.
Do I have the
Perfect.
EXP to spend?
Yes, you do.
I want to
You
spend it on
have-
that.
You have, I believe, 26 EXP right now.
Okay, I want to use it on this.
All right, so we can make that a separate scene, but for now, I will let the scene continue with Alistair.
I'm gonna get going. I'm just really congested,
Oh,
and I need to go
Mhm.
take care of it. I don't know what's going on.
Feel better.
And just
Uh,
take care of yourself. My Discord fucking just closed.
damn.
I will.
So,
Thanks for a great night. I had so much fun.
I
No
did
problem.
as
Hope you
well. I
feel
can't wait
better.
to
Take
do.
care of yourself.
I can't wait to do the scene teaching Sylvia how to fortitude.
I can't wait either. I'm excited about this story arc. I think Sylvia's really gonna throw herself into it.
Sweet.
Kids,
fun,
I'm
guys.
gonna teach you how to fortitude
Yeah.
pull down a bat.
One at a time, please.
Player agency. Yeah.
Okay. Love you, sis.
Love you too.
Sis.
Bye.
Night. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Whose zipper opened?
What is that?
What?
Who the fuck just opened a lock seed? Shit, wait, what the fuck?
I thought that was a fart.
Motherfucker over here, pressing a lock seed over here like, morning!
Oh, it's
Sounds
a
like a
growling
cat.
It's a growling cat.
Oh shit! You
Oh, it's a cat. It's a cat. Oh my god.
Okay.
What is going on?
Sorry to derail. Real quick, cat time.
Yes, cat tax.
Oh, what happened?
What the fuck just happened?
Wait.
Oh, okay. I can see.
Wait. What? You give me kisses? You give me kisses?
Aww.
Are you giving me my Stockholm kisses? Yes. Such a good girl.
It always surprises me when I find out that people's voices match their face, and like Fox's face perfectly matches Fox's voice. But at the same time, I could
Yes.
also 100% be walking down the street and just casually hear Average Joe's voice come out of Fox's mouth, and I'd be like, you know what, that fits.
Absolutely.
No, not like that. Like the more like old manny version of like Joe.
It was a gun. All right. Sorry, we're getting back into it. Whew.
I think. Oh, so he slaked his hunger, so he's only at hunger 1 again. So I won't do what I was about to do. He'll just kind of brush his hair to the side, like maybe some. Oh, oh, what is it, little one? What do you have to tell me? What secrets? Okay. I will. Does Averjo know who's trying to contact him? Based on this. Okay. Who's trying to contact him?
The character that you DM'd me about.
Oh yeah, I mean you can say it out loud. Anyways, oh, I see. Hi, I think he contemplates should I bring somebody. Does he think that Stilly would care if he brought company?
Probably.
Okay, then he will go and not. Hey everybody, I gotta take a quick bathroom break to meet up with some people that I'm going to see somebody. You're right, Ophelia. It's easier if I just be straightforward. Bye.
Oh.
Just,
All right then.
I'm so happy that he's gone, yet at the same time, I'm so confused as to why the fuck he's leaving.
He said he needed to see someone. Maybe he has
Yeah,
contacts.
but he started it off. I know he changed it up like partway through and told us that, but he started it off with saying he had to go somewhere to go to the bathroom.
Well, he said, and I quote, I have to take a bathroom break to go and meet some people. So technically, I guess he wasn't. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Hopefully it's a contact.
His hands grab the door frame and pulls back over. It just says, "Yes, you're right," and leaves.
Who's right? He shakes his hands in the air.
That's a good
Don't worry. Don't stress about it. Don't stress about it, Rise. Because even if you're a vampire, it'll make you age.
I think I've already aged since coming to New Orleans. I mean, I've aged
Believe me.
years, I feel.
Yes, but somehow you and Marcus, I'm pretty sure, are still older than me.
Yes. I have to look at my character sheet, but I think we are.
Ophelia was born in 1917.
God, if I can remember how old it is. No. You are older. Rise.
No. I just love the no.
You are also older than Marcus.
Oh, so Ophelia is just old as fuck. All right.
Not that old, but they're only 2 years apart, technically.
She's like, well, at least I'm just happy I'm no longer the oldest one here. Like sticks a thumb over to Alistair.
Fair.
Hey, you've experienced more life than I have in the full year I've been here.
Believe me,
Also fair.
It just gets worse.
Sorry.
What the hell is that?
That's the attention.
Sylvia. Yes, Sylvia pouts a bit as Averjo leaves. I thought he was gonna teach us something. Anyway, so y'all are dealing with some kind of weird pandemic thing. Like, as much as I would love to get my mystery solved, I guess I'll help you guys. So, what do we gotta do? Like, where did this thing start?
the New Orleans University campus. That's where, according to all these files, holds up the medical documents. This is where it supposedly started. I was supposed to find patient 0, but it's possible that patient's already passed.
Please don't tell me we have to go grave robbing.
I'll get my shovel.
We
I
shall
already
not
have one. Aw.
yet.
There
I need to make a grave robbing suit.
There is in the I can't believe I'm saying this. There is a morgue on the university campus. It's used for medical students for when they are doing forensic studies. We occasionally get cadavers coming into the place for study. I would not be surprised if the recently deceased are interned there. But we cannot risk contamination. Even if they're dead?
So stay 6 feet apart, wear masks, get vaccines.
Why is this sounding like COVID all over again?
Is it weird that a lot of us were around before the idea of vaccination was a thing? And now we're basically immune to that shit?
Except for this.
I mean this is basically just vampire COVID.
I mean, it is vampire COVID, except the difference between regular COVID was, oh, you get the sniffles and you might die, and, holds up the jar.
No, the difference between...
Ew, what the fuck is that?
This is a blood clot that Molly hacked up.
Oh shit. Why does it smell so bad?
Believe me, I've been in plenty of strip clubs, I've smelled worse.
This is something that comes up when someone is infected. Once they are healed.
It's necrotic vitae.
Ew. Well, I mean, it's good that they hacked it up. How's Molly doing now?
Hang on, let me give Molly a call. Though I'm going to not put this one on speaker like I normally do, because when Molly starts feeling better, they do one of two things, and if they're doing the second thing, it'll be very loud.
I'm going to go call my sire.
I need a drink after hearing that.
Ophelia calls Molly.
Hey, babe.
Yep, you're doing the second thing. Okay, how are you feeling?
Feeling good. I had a little bit of a nap earlier.
A nap.
Made some tea. Just feeling a little bit congested, but otherwise fine.
Molly, I have the hearing of a supernatural creature. I can hear the fucking buzzing.
I mean, I was feeling better.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Molly, but don't push yourself. Also, there's Gatorade in the refrigerator.
Okay, thank you.
Don't touch the gravy though. There's a grenade in there and I haven't figured out a way to get it out safely.
What the fuck do you mean there's a grenade in there?
Boop. She's fine.
I'm sorry.
Marcus is just drinking straight from the fucking whiskey bottle. He doesn't care right now.
I'm sorry. Did I hear grenades in the gravy?
Yeah. So a few days ago, I got really, really blood drunk. Actually, it was more of a few years ago now. I got really blood drunk during like a Thanksgiving time. Went out with some friends.
And you happened to get a grenade.
Yeah, I got a grenade. And one of the people threatened like, "Oh, what if I pulled the pin on it?" And we pulled the pin on it. We all panicked because the moron pulled the pin on a grenade. So we shoved it in the gravy, and for some reason, the gravy was so vile that it stopped the grenade from exploding. But at the current moment, they're dead now. But it's like, I have no idea how to get this grenade out of this gravy.
I will
Call the fucking
handle
bomb
that.
squad?
Oh yeah, I tried that. They started laughing at me, and then they actually sent someone out, and they also just told me to just not really do
Ophelia,
anything with it. Yes.
I will handle your grenade issue later. Right now, we have to stop vampire. Well, it's worse than COVID, but you know what I mean.
Vampire AIDS.
Even worse.
I'm not sure if there's
I'm
much worse than you know what? And Ophelia just walks away. This is what I get for having a third grade education.
I'm going to quickly call my Sire and apprise her of the situation.
If she has any way to figure this out, let us know.
I'll try. Looks at the phone and sees a dozen texts from a certain someone, and he curses under his breath. I'm ignoring those.
There's a picture or two in there.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Never mind, I'm going to call my sire. Fucking hell, a century and he does this. It's alright.
So,
So
yes.
Alistair
So
calls-
you call
Yeah.
Lucretia.
Yeah.
Hello?
Lucrezia, I have some more information about the blood curse. It's
Yes. What did you learn from the prince?
it's worse than we guessed. There's only two ways to possibly cure this. One is a ritual that involved one. Well, she mentioned a ritual, but the other two ways she mentioned of possibly getting this under control is either draining them completely or a cleansing. She's requesting us to kill the victims if we can't cure them.
That is understandable. The kindred victims, you mean?
Yes, to cure the kindred, you drain a mortal completely or die. To cure the mortal, there's something called invigorating vitae.
Yes, it is a ritual of fortitude, basically enriching the blood so that it purges the infection. That all seems accurate so far, but based on this spread, and now that it is in a population center, you need to find the, how you say, hotspots of where these kindred feed. You find where they are, and you eliminate them. Most likely, if it has not spread too much, there will be more mortal carriers than kindred. Hopefully.
As payment for this information, she's requested us to deliver her the head of Eve Sinclair.
Eve Sinclair. I have heard of the name before. It was a Hecata, correct?
Yes, but now she is Sabat.
I see. Hecata Sabat are some of the most morbid of our kind. Tread with caution. And fulfill this boon to the prince.
If you happen to find any more information concerning this curse, please send it to me. I need all the help I can get.
I shall do my best, Alistair, but the records are few and far between. Most of it was lost during the plague itself, or written off as a completely mortal epidemic.
there are still records from the Black Plague?
Yes, but they are very sparse.
Send those to me. That might
I
at
shall
least
do my best.
That should at least give me a lead. In the
I
meantime, we're
fear
going
it may be things we already know, but I will see if there is any other hidden meaning behind them.
In the meantime, we're going to go back to the New Orleans campus, because if the victims are still interned in the morgue, we need to at least try and get a sample from them to at least find some way to try and cure them before we go for cleansing, because I do not want to have to kill unnecessarily.
The mortals. I do not know what happens to an uncured mortal. Either they continue to carry the curse, it fades after a few moons, or I must do more research.
As do I, because if the last instance of this curse was to be by plague, that's a almost 200-year gap. Even more than no, it's more than that.
Perhaps this curse has gained a new foothold. You remember the flu pandemics of the past. It is the interconnectedness of this new mortal world that was its downfall. It fueled the epidemic. It is not nearly impossible to stop a spread once it's started. But if we can nip this in the bud.
It still makes no sense. If the last instance of this curse was the mortal Black Plague, that was in 1346.
Whoever brought this plague back must know of that time or have a record of that time. Some sort of text or fragment that alludes to it.
I'll see what I can find out. In the meantime,
You have moved your haven, correct?
Yes. In the
Good.
meantime, we're just going to have to keep the city on alert, make sure that no kindred feed from the mortals, and see if they can get their blood supplies elsewhere. We can't afford having any more tainted supplies.
Good. I would say if
it is related to Sabbat, take note of those who are faring better than others. Chances are, if this is a Sabbat scheme, they may already be aware of it.
Understood.
Buona notte, Alistair. Good luck.
Buona notte, Lucrezia. Right. Abijo?
Oh,
He
left.
is not back yet.
Oh.
He left.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know someone who may have information on the Black Plague?
Let me see.
We could go to the library.
No. They'll only have mortal records. The last instance of this curse happened around that time.
You know what? I don't, but I know someone who might know someone.
Because if we can find at least some kindred records from that time frame, then it could at least give us a clue as to how it started back then.
Yeah. Ophelia.
Ophelia is. Oh my god. Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're
I
good.
can hear you.
Good. Sorry, I'm eating stew. Ophelia is kind of messing with something on her phone.
Because if I'm remembering correctly, the Black Plague happened almost 700 years ago. That's a huge time gap between then and now.
You think someone cured it back in the day, and then they couldn't use it again?
Or there may still be some carriers living and we don't know about it yet.
Good God. Can a mortal pass it on through, well, childbirth?
Lineage?
I don't think so. I have a feeling this may be a kindred carrier. That's why we need to see if we can find some kindred records. Any records in the library will be mortal accounts. That will not help us.
Yeah, I mean, we have all learned about the Black Plague in school as humans. It was just a really bad
Wait a sec.
flu.
Didn't some humans have like a immunity to it, and like they were completely asymptomatic, but they could still like spread it to other people?
Yes, but that was quickly squashed because the mortal records say that was carried by rats, or the fleas of rats, and then carried to mortals. So any linkage between that was pretty much dashed.
But like with the disease, can't you be like an asymptomatic carrier?
I mean, we saw that.
Like, how do we know
COVID.
if any of us aren't infected?
That's true. I mean, I haven't been feeling sick, but I mean, could it be possible?
Are there symptoms wanting to kill things more?
No, I think that's just you.
Well, then I don't think I'm infected. And even if I am infected, I don't know where I would have gotten it, considering the fact that I don't drink Molly's blood.
And I specifically keep a supply that on hand that isn't from this area.
I haven't drank from a mortal being that isn't under my control in a while.
Rise is kind of sitting there like, yeah, but could you tell in bagged blood?
It gives off a scent.
I don't think I've smelt anything.
Hey, Rise, give me a quick wits and resolve check.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no.
Oh, God. Mercy, I beg
Oh dear.
you. Any
I swear you
difficulty?
keep twisting the chain further and further, Moon.
Oh, well, that was unfortunate, wasn't it? Let me try that again real quick. Don't ignore that. Ignored that completely.
Ophelia's barely listening to the conversation. Like I said, she's just messing with something on her phone.
It's not great. He's losing it, Captain. He's only got one success.
It hits you like a bolt of lightning. You did feed from Molly.
Oh, shit.
Rise?
I may or may not have fed from Molly. He's trying to, like, figure out how long ago that was. When did she get sick?
Recently.
How recently?
Mood.
It was pretty soon. Excuse me, I'm eating as well.
Oh, of course. The stew sounds
It was
delicious.
pretty
Bring a
soon.
voice.
It was pretty soon after the encounter with the Vost.
Oh, I think Rise definitely drank from her after that. Rise is having a panic attack silently.
Wait.
Well,
Wait,
I guess
right.
there's only one way to tell now. We have
Wait.
to touch your blood with a hot copper wire.
What?
No, that's
Wait.
the movie It.
That's the
Wait.
thing, you dipshit. The It is with the pedophile clown.
Hey!
Wait, Wait a minute. Rise. Can you remember the exact timeline that you fed from Molly? Was it before? Was it when we fought the Vost?
The player cannot remember, but he thinks it was after the Vost.
Yes, it was
Thank you.
after the Vost. Rise was feeling
Woozy.
hungry. I think it was the night after. She was a bit under the weather, but allowed Rise to feed from her nonetheless.
The night
Market.
after?
Ah, fuck.
Marcus.
Yes.
Do you know if Xavier still has that sample?
I think I'll call him.
Please. I think some of the carriers were part of that creation.
Wait, we're part of the vase, you say?
I can't think of any other possibility because Molly didn't get sick because you say Molly didn't get sick until shortly after.
Then I also have a question. I bit into that fucker.
Did you drink its blood?
Thinks back. I think I don't remember. Did I? I don't.
You didn't consume it, did you?
No, I think she just tore a chunk of flesh out of it with her teeth. Like the vapid cannibal she is.
Above board, for my own knowledge. So, a
Yeah, okay.
mortal doesn't get infected unless they're drank from an infected kindred, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
if Molly were already infected, then that means someone else fed on her and transferred the curse to her.
who we don't know, because I'm assuming it's not you, Ophelia.
I'm an organivore. I eat people. I'm not
Right,
going to
sorry,
eat my fiance.
Back into scene, sorry.
Bitch, I
Rise
eat
is
people.
sitting there, kind of like, oh my god, I'm going to die.
We don't know if you're a carrier. That's why I need to find out what that sample was.
Marcus is already on the phone, like dialing.
Hey, Alistair. Do you remember something that the Seneschal said?
About the
Some
play carriers?
kindred. Yes. Some kindred who fed from the infected mortals didn't show symptoms, but could still spread the curse.
We need to find if there's any play carriers.
Ah, fuck.
But in the meantime, if we're going to nip this in the bud, we need to find a way to test which kindred are infected and which aren't.
Couldn't you do a blood test?
We didn't even know about this until recently. Unless...
Alistair, I think that is a skill in your wheelhouse.
Hang on.
Ophelia's gonna just be like, because theoretically, if it's a blood curse, then it would technically, even if it's all supernaturally, our powers do still come from something physical. Thus, if somebody knows what they're looking for, they could still technically see it. So if we can
Rise
get
being
in
like, oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
actually dying. That was the smartest thing you've ever said.
So if we just take a look at an infected sample of someone else's blood, then compare it to our blood, and we could see if those same similarities are within. Plus, you could do tests to see like the spread and shit like that.
We could also figure out a reaction to it as well.
You know,
Like the
for
copper
now
wire.
though, I'm going to quarantine Rise and I in the closet.
We're not
Not
going.
the closet.
We're not going to inflict a frenzy on Rise just to find out whether or not he's a carrier. We
We can
need
take
a
a drop
concrete.
of blood. Or a syringe. I keep syringes.
Sorry,
You-
about board. I'm just trying. I'm just trying to remember if
I would-
any of my disciplines are possible to like are actually able to like
I'll-
detect strange
I'll
things in
bend
blood.
it a little. I'll bend it a little. I'll say that either Scour Secrets or Scry the Soul would do it.
Cry the soul. Hang on.
Rise does have a visible reaction of like tensing to the fact that Ophelia said she's just got syringes.
Hold on, let
Oh,
me
by
check
the
something.
way, Ophelia, could you call Owl for us? See if we can get information of vampiric documents during the Black Plague.
Hang on, I've listened to your whole conversation. So Alistair asked you to find someone, and then you asked me to ask Owl.
Yes, because I don't know someone. I know you do.
You do realize
maybe-
if you want, I'll contact her after I'm done with this. I'm a little busy right now.
Hold on. I think there may be someone I can. Fucking hell. He sees the messages again. Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm gonna have to call him, aren't I?
So there might be another power, but I don't think you have it. It's a taste for blood. Discover traits of another through their blood.
Hang on. Let me see because I haven't spent any of my experience points lately, so it might.
It's a level 1 power, so if you just want to like say that you have it as like, classic Tremere power, like go for it.
I just need to verify. I just need to make sure that it's the actual one because sometimes these wikis tend to confuse. Sometimes these things can tend to confuse one clan power with another clan power because it's like three. There's like three clans that can use blood sorcery, and the Tremere is only one of them.
I'll send you what I'm looking at.
Okay, thank you.
I see in fucking chat everyone's talking about stew.
Well, you talked about it and now we want it, so send it to us.
I can't send it to you. I only had one chuck roast.
Send me the chuck roast.
And honey, I think it would be patio or porch. I don't think they know what a veranda is.
Oh no, I know what a veranda is.
I don't.
Okay.
So do
I never know if these are like specific terms to us or you guys.
Outside the house area where you can sit and watch nature.
Okay.
Real quick, Moon, do you mind if I share with the group the theory that I had?
Go right ahead.
Okay. It has been confirmed untrue, but I thought it was a giga brain thing where Ophelia, you remember how you were sent an organ in the mail?
Yes.
I literally thought that was an infected organ, and you got Molly infected by eating that.
But Molly would have had to feed from me.
You did feed her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I did.
I
Well,
thought
shit.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about the kid. I forgot about the
I-
mysterious kidney in the mail.
I forgot about that, but no, that was not related to patient 0 at all.
Still very
Okay.
cool. Ohio! Ohio-chan.
I would have loved.
Anyways,
Yes, sorry. We're checking powers. Please hold with us.
Okay,
Stephen
okay, yeah, it's
Coon.
like okay, yes, I might as well
Don't
add.
call me that.
I might as well add Taste for Blood to my repertoire anyway, considering there's no like. Is there a points cost? No, there isn't. Okay.
yeah. Basically, I'll give you this freebie But
All
I
right.
will also say there's a risk that you'll become infected. You'll have to make a willpower roll.
Okay. Willpower. Let me grab my.
When you perform the test.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This is gonna take some convincing from Rise. Just FYI.
Oh, hang on. I just need to do a be right back. I have a call with my caseworker. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes.
No worries.
Okay,
So,
in that case, why don't we shift over to Everjo's scene?
Joe, everybody!
Drink
Drink
All right.
up!
I'll say that Averjo took his classic camper and drove to whatever location he needs to.
Everjo, you head to the you head to an old abandoned culvert, basically a large metal tube under that sort of lets a river pass through underneath a road. And you find an old white crumbling door with moss on it, and the moth sort of flutters up and sits on this moss.
You know, little Mothy, I contemplated eating you because I thought that would give me some sense of direction.
You're a little bit far away.
You know, little moth, I thought of maybe eating you because I thought that would give me direction, but I guess you're my compass of direction for tonight. He'll open the mossy door. Go ahead, lead the way.
The moth stays, but it is a familiar passageway down deep, deep into the dark. It's just it's just an old slippery slope leading down into sort of a sinkhole.
He ducks and basically slumps his whole body to shorten himself as best he can as he crawls through the passage, whistling the tune that is whistled in Kill Bill.
Lovely.
Hello, hello.
You hear sort of a hacking cough, just hello?
Oh, it's your old pal, the string bean, as you called me, I think it was, or was it beanpole? One of the two.
Either or. Hey, Everjo. And out of the shadows steps a rotted-looking Nosferatu. He sort of smiles with blue and green lips and covers his mouth and coughs again. Well, yeah, I see you got my message.
I mean, I got the basic summons. Yeah, the whole song and dance. Your moth friend isn't very talkative, unfortunately.
Yeah, they can't speak. But I got information on the things you asked for.
Oh, you did? Well, thank you, Stilly.
It's struck. Anyway.
Right. Still Strucker. Strucker. Yes.
Yeah. Tomato at this point. Anyway.
Right. I asked
The
Also, real quick.
patient zero.
Rise. What is the timestamp on the recording at the moment?
Timestamp is at. Let's see if I can tell. I apologize. I might not be able to tell what we're at right now. Right here, sorry. Timestamp 23510.
I'm writing that down in chat. That way Sylvia can listen to this later. Chat. Perfect. Okay. Averjo speaks up and says, "Yes, I believe," he opens his classic journal, flips through a page. Yes. I asked you. Right. I let you know about patient 0, right? Or I needed to know about patient
Yeah,
0.
you did. Yeah, about the thing that's happening.
Yes.
All right. Guy's name was Lane Darrell. He, ex-professor.
Lane Darrell.
Ironically, he taught medical science. He taught medical science. So he's probably lying on the same slab he taught from.
Any extra information, whereabouts, where he disappeared and reappeared? Specifics. That way I can narrow down our search.
Well, I mean, he usually frequented a couple places.
Here,
It
I'll
was,
just give you my notebook and you can write them down as you talk.
He writes down 3 places. The Bayou Bites restaurant, the Harmony Lounge cigar bar, and the Intimate Indulgences adult store.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's basically where he used to frequent. If you're looking for him himself, I'd bet money that he's on the slab in the student in the morgue.
Alright, we'll let the correct people know about this. I want to repay a small boon of yours. It is pertinent to those you may care about, and I don't know how you live your life, but I don't know if you like killing or not. Don't drink from anybody around this area.
I usually don't. I mean, I got a couple gators that I feed from, so they give me everything I need.
I did not ask if it could be spread to animals, but there is a blood curse going around, and it is one that mostly, from what I can tell, is satiated from humans. But who's to say it can't mutate?
I mean, I don't know anything about blood curses. I mean, I'm a Nazi. I ain't one of the fancy nerds.
I know. It's okay. I don't mind that. You're beautiful as you are.
Beanpole, you killed me.
And what about the second thing I asked for?
Oh yeah, the thing, the guy, what's his name? Petros Parzival, Peter. Yeah, him.
Yes.
How
is,
yeah.
Did you look into the family and make sure, see if anybody's following or knows of them?
Yeah,
Specifically
Peter
the
Fane.
daughter.
The kid.
Yeah.
She's staying with his girlfriend right now. They brought him in for questioning. Apparently, an ex-fiance, ex-wife was causing a big stink. Stole some files, stuff like that. Basically, she's a wanted criminal, and they're asking his help in profiling her. That's really all that I found on him. Pretty cut and dry guy.
This is irritating. I don't know if he knows he's still alive, but I don't remember. Well, it'll be information that she needs to know eventually. Keep watch over the family. If any threats or people of interest seem to be tracking or looking into them, you let me know immediately.
You got it. What you got? What are you... Why are they so important to you, anyhow?
Well, I've known you for a while now, Stilly. Do I or do I not? I'll fucking roll a d10. Evens, I tell him. Odds, I don't. That's a 1. As much as I appreciate the help and consistency of which you seem to listen and tend to my needs, and for that I will be ever grateful, I cannot give away the secrets of this particular quandary. I appreciate your curiosity, and maybe I'll let you know one day, but today is not that day.
Roll another d10 for me.
Yep. 5.
Averjo. The more time you spend in the dark, the colder you feel. It feels like liquid nitrogen is slowly being poured over your arm with the tattoo on it. And then that coldness seems to strike your soul. The eyes that were once so warm turn cold like glass. And the smile fades, replaced with a blank, dark look. And the vision fades. Whoa, whoa! You alright?
No.
What happened?
He grabs Still Strucker by the shoulders and looks deeply into his eyes.
Whoa, hey.
I can't keep doing this, Stilly. I can't keep this cycle going. Their faces, they just come back, always. I forget them every single time, and yet they still come back.
Hey. It's alright. Just breathe.
No, it's not. It will never be. You'll learn too. And it won't be a fun lesson. It never is. Especially when you forget the lesson and have to relearn it over and over and over again. Do you understand, Strucker?
I can't imagine what it's like to be in your shoes. But what can I do to help? Just to keep a... I don't know what to say. Being pulled, What? What lesson?
I can't teach you the full truth, but I know you crave it. I know you crave the secrets that are darkened. And while you can't imagine it, while you can't understand it, I can give you the ability to imagine it at least. And just, yeah. Just with his ring finger on his right palm, he'll take his nail and slice his palm open and just cover Strucker's mouth.
Wait, what are you?
And let the blood slip into his mouth. Just drink for a moment. Humor me.
He coughs and splutters, but initially he resists, but he then allows himself to just take a sip.
And Strucker will be struck, for a lack of a better word, with faint images of what he's been seeing all day. But behind those images is another face, and then another face. Different eyes, different features, different expressions. But they always end the same way, with the smile fading, the eyes darkening, and the horrors of life washing away the joy from their face. And he'll pull back.
Hope you know that means I'm adding more to your tab.
That's fair. My apologies, I got a little... He kind of rights himself, taking stock, realizing his erraticness in this moment, taking note of it and steeling himself. I apologize. Strucker.
But yeah, I think I recognize one of the faces.
Yeah.
That girl you told me to look around for. What was her name?
Sylvia.
She was blonde. She was not her.
No.
Somebody else. The one with the blue in the middle of the red.
Wait, I asked you to look for who? When?
What was her name? It started with a K sound, a C sound.
He brings up his arm to look down at the itching that he didn't realize he was doing
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, Claire. That was her name.
No.
She left New Orleans after a while, but I couldn't really update you on that anymore.
Oh, when did
And
I ask
you never
for
really
this?
asked to follow up on it, so...
Because I don't remember asking you.
So that's the cycle, huh? You get attached and then they fade away.
Well, looks like I don't give you enough credit. Our nose will always find the truth.
Well,
and
I
that's
ain't...
why I'm having you watch Sylvia's family. Because I'm trying to have it stop. I don't want
She-
it to happen again.
That's her family. She's like us?
Yes, and unfortunately young and ignorant.
Oof, well. That definitely changes things.
Well,
I'll keep an eye out. But as far as I know, they're safe.
good. Just know if something happens to them, there's a high likelihood you'll have to help me move again.
All right. Do you want me to look into the other kid, the other girl?
I should say no. I'll leave it up to you. You decide.
Ah, hell.
I'll forget
I might as
later.
well. I might as well. Now you got my brain itching.
I love your clan. I just wish I could be like.
What was that?
That's why I love your clan. I wish I could be like you.
Nah, man. You don't want this ugly mug. And he like gestures to himself and coughs and hacks and you see he actually coughs up a few moths.
Averjo, whether he wants to or not, subconsciously
Sorry about
mimics
that.
the same cough, and out comes like a puff of dust, mixing with the moths.
Sorry about that.
What does the cough
Yeah.
sound like?
It sounds awful. Dry and wet at the same time. And wheezy. Like he can't catch his breath. And then goes from like the diaphragm to the back of the throat and then moths.
Alistair. Fucking, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, basically that.
yeah. Averjo will just. He'll sit down for a moment.
Take all the time you need, pal.
No,
he
I
like
have to
checks
get
a
going
watch.
back.
Yeah, I got poker with Croc in a bit, so
You play poker with your crocodiles?
N-
Are they any
nah,
good?
it's another Nazi. I couldn't teach poker to a alligator if I tried.
Yeah, that makes sense. Does it? I don't know. Stilly, I'm struck. Before I go, because I have other things to attend to tonight before, as the night grows young or older, is there anything you require of me in repayment?
If you see any Now I'm genuinely trying to think of something. What has he normally asked for in your mind?
I think Strucker has asked for. He's tapped into the information that Averjo can sometimes give, as well as I think once or twice he has asked him to heal somebody quickly for him, using his invigorating vitae to heal mortals, maybe touchstones even, probably only once or twice when it really mattered. But the usual trivial thing is either current information or old history has been usually his smaller payments of things.
You know what? Get me copies of those speeches that the mayors did. I want them for my own records.
Which, the current mayor or the mayors to be?
Nah, the two guys who are in a pissing contest with one another.
I know this one. I'm friends with Marcus.
You're friends with Payne? Damn.
Yeah. He's actually really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
he is a little prissy.
I
as most
know a
toreadors
couple.
are, but he's actually
Oh,
pretty
he's
nice.
yeah. He'd hate me then, looking like this.
I mean, I think I could easily set up a meeting if you ever needed to ask questions of him. He loves to talk about himself,
Tell
so
you
I'm
what.
sure if you ask good questions, you'll get
good
answers.
Tell you what. To make it up to me for basically force feeding me, you get me an interview with him.
Deal.
I just wanna know, like, what he's thinking, and if he's good, and we like what he's selling, maybe I'll convince a couple others to move into the sewers around. Where is he at?
Near the Bruja Ophelia's area.
Oh, her? Oh yeah, that's Croc's domain. We'll see. I'll see if a couple other stragglers wanna set up a warren in his neck of the woods.
Noted. I will let that know. I will warn you, probably go through when you talk to Marcus. If you want to do anything with Ophelia, I am not the one you should be asking. It would better to be go through Mark. So work your magic as much as you please.
Oh no, I'm staying clear of Bourbon Street. I mean, it's good pickings, but at the same time, just like, she's way too scary to mess with. I don't know anyone from her barony.
Mm-hmm. He writes down a few notes. Sure thing. Well, I must be off. If you'd like, I don't know.
Take care of yourself, Beanpole.
Hey! I mean, thank you. Just thank you. I can take little Mothy with me in case, I don't know, that helps you in some way.
Take 'em. It'll go back into my lungs anyway.
Ooh. Breathable moths. He looks at the moth and just like, here, my nose is open.
Oh.
The moth flutters off. It's a moth. It's not special.
Well, too bad. Well, bye, Stilly. Off to Broken to update.
Take care of yourself. And he disappears back into the shadows. Meanwhile, back at the speakeasy.
Marcus, I keep telling you, I don't have 11 fingers. Like that, the joke died, just like everyone in prison.
Marcus, you muted.
All
I think
around me are
Marcus
familiar
is muted.
Eggman.
That's. Let me double check.
Worn out
Oh.
Eggman.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
typing.
1 second.
Fucking building again.
Oh, be right back.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, and then I
I'm
guess
still recording.
switch over to someone else. Rise, no, we're not going to. We don't need to do a COVID test. I don't think that's how this works.
Rise is like, I think I'm panicking. Good night. I think I think I might die. I think I'm going to die.
You're not going to die, Rise. Besides, you're already dead.
I think I'm going to die again.
Rise, stop freaking out.
Sorry, there was also a BRB on someone else's side, so we're just stringing it out for a second.
No worries. I think Sylvia is just pacing while she watches this argument as Alistair prepares.
Anyways, I guess let me contact Owl. Let me
Yes.
contact Owl real quick. She pulls out another phone and tucks the phone she was just using into her pocket
How
and opens it
many
up.
do you
And you
have?
Oh, that phone's for one specific thing, actually. This one's my normal phone.
Ah. Wait.
What? And she's like, "What?"
Nothing. I'm gonna look through these records again, and he starts mulling over the medical records.
And Ophelia, uh, like scrolls through her contacts until she finds just a number that is constantly changing, and so she taps it and she's like, "Call." Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Owl, so we could use your help with something.
Okay, what can I help with?
Well, there's a chance that Rise and I might have vampire aids, and we just
Please
need
don't
you.
call it that.
So we have VIV.
You hear multiple things fumble and a loud snort. Ophelia, what? Merde. I just spat through my nose. Once again, please.
Listen, we just need some information on. I think it was like the bubonic plague or some shit. Black plague. We just need as much information as we can get on that, both mortal and kindred.
Kindred. Rise.
Kin-
You can hear Rise in the background. Kindred. We need kindred.
This Rise specifically is asking for kindred.
All right, I will see what I can do.
Ophelia
It
checks
might.
her other phone also while talking with Owl.
This might take me a while. I am not an archaeologist.
No, but you are a decent hacker. So take as much time as you need, though a little faster would be preferable, because otherwise we'll have to kill people. Ugh.
I'll probably have an answer for you by tomorrow night.
Thank you very much. Molly also sends you a text. Yeah,
Okay.
you should be getting it.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Now I'm nervous.
You should be. As a wonderful friend of mine once said, when Spider sends you something, you better be prepared.
Be prepared, as we say.
Oh, I see. Up to a bit of fun.
Hey, mind your manners. There's children here. Like gestures to Rise.
Excuse-moi.
All right. I will get on that.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later.
Ciao.
And she hangs up and she puts her regular phone back in her pocket and then looks at her other phone and then just kind of turns to her eyes and is like, "There, I did it. Are you happy?"
Yes, but why am I a child?
Because you're innocent and you're innocent and you get flustered when people say the word penis.
He just stares. Penis is a very scientific term. I don't know what you mean.
Yes, but you know what? She just pats him on the head. You wouldn't understand even if I told you.
Alrighty then.
Anyways, Alistair, are you ready to test?
Everybody, testicles.
You're muted, hon.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my Alistair. Hello, my ragtime
Alistair may
gal.
still be away.
Averjo.
Gosh, these Monday
Listening.
nights. Can it be
Averjo
Friday
listening
already?
to Money, Money, Money on his way back.
Is that allowed?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my baby. Hello, my baby. It's my baby. Beg your mom.
Meanwhile, Monique is
That
laughing her
voice
ass
actually.
off, listening to all of the people getting infected. Going,
That voice actually hurt my throat.
Get some water. And honey.
Don't
Coke it
hurt
is.
your throat.
Coconut.
Moon, please.
Well, breaking the law. Breaking the world.
You can't get that scratchy voice. You can't hurt your voice or your throat
I
unless it's
say,
the
boy. I
gawk
say, boy.
gawk.
I say, boy.
Julia,
What I
what
say.
are you doing?
I'm gonna mute Discord in our recording for a while. Let me know when Alistair's back. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Da, da, da. I will not be singing it that way, but I apologize. Yes. Um, that's a good question. I think right now he views Average Joe as, since he doesn't know the thing with Sylvia, because he wasn't in the room for that discussion, obviously. Um, I think he views Average Joe as like an older, like almost like not really father figure per se, but like a place of respect. He's from the military. That's Rise's background. So someone who has the world experience that Average Joe does should be respected. He's like kind of like chain of command, I guess. But he also, well, the command knows what he's doing. But he also would consider Average Joe someone that he, an acquaintance at least, if not a friend, and he wants to make sure that Average Joe, just like anyone in this coterie, is protected, and he knows that Average Joe's age can sometimes get to him. But he also is aware that he can kind of get the sense that Average Joe's not like, it's clear that Average Joe has a deep connection with Sylvia and a deep connection with Alistair, and Rise wants to like respect that, you know? Kitty! The kitties! Sorry, I got distracted. But yes, if there's something you want to know about Rise, Average Joe is allowed to prod. I was like, when Alistair gets back and we do this next scene, there'll be a little bit of something in there. That's fair. That's fair. He still has quite a bit of behind the scenes development that I'm working on with him, and I'm trying to make it come as naturally as possible. There are a couple things I want to do, but yes, right now he has some flaws, that's for sure. Traumatized. Wow, first off, rude. Alistair's back! Okay, let me unmute. Hang on.
Sorry, my caseworker took his sweet ass time calling me.
That's super annoying. Okay, unmuting again. We are back in recording.
Okay.
If you didn't start a new recording, it would be wise to make timestamps. That way you're able to find the place where there's just a bunch of dead, no noise.
I do feel bad when I upload videos, I don't edit them. I just upload our whole shebang.
I do the same thing.
Just because I don't have an editing software and I'm not computer savvy. I basically am just recording because I have OBS.
I just never edit it. It's just like it's better because it gets all of us.
That's true.
All of our
It
shenanigans.
gets all of our shenanigans.
I mean, it's not like
Anyways,
we're publicly
sorry.
broadcasting this, so.
Anyways, hey Moon.
What's up?
Alistair's
Alright, let's
back.
get back into it.
Yeah.
Alistair, are you ready to perform the test?
Yes, I am. Right, so I need to do a willpower roll, right?
Yes, so taste for blood, resolve and blood sorcery roll.
Solve a blood sorcery. Oh, jeez, what's my point of blood sorcery?
Anyone who looks at Rise can tell that he's nervous because he doesn't know what's about to happen, so he's kind of like tensing up and like pulling away from everyone.
Okay. Okay, so you said resolve and power sorcery? Blood sorcery? Sorry, my brain went there.
Yes.
Okay. Difficulty?
Let me see.
Because I'd assume this would be a pretty difficult test.
This is gonna be a difficulty of 6.
Oh, jeez. Okay. 6.
Actually, let me see how much you have in each.
Yeah. Because that's gonna. Jeez, I don't think I've ever rolled a difficulty that high before.
Okay, I'm going to roll it down a little bit. It's gonna be difficulty 5.
Oof. Okay. I think I've done a difficulty 5 yet. Have I? If I have, it was in another.
You can blood surge.
Do it.
I
Feel the peer pressure.
Please note what hunger you're at, I beg you.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm like at hunger 3, so I need to be careful. Okay,
Send.
fuck it, I'll blood surge.
You got this. You got this.
Okay, so
Please get this.
resolve and blood sorcery with a +2 for blood surge.
Rouse check.
Oh yeah, I haven't done a rouse check. Oh boy. This is probably gonna make me hungrier. Fuck! I hate it when I'm
Good thing we
right.
have options here.
True.
I just love the this is probably gonna make me hungrier. The slight pause and then just fuck.
I hate it when I write. Hunger is
Anyways.
never nice to me. Okay. Well, like difficulty of 5.
You don't have to rouse check again for this, by the way. Like, this
Okay.
is one scene. It will carry over through this scene.
Okay. That's. Oh wait, I'm blood surging, so that's 6 dice, not 4. Oh boy. I'm nervous.
How bad is it?
You got this.
I'm
you got this.
nervous.
I feel like you're gonna fail. Just saying.
Holy shit!
I beg you.
Oh
Critical
shit.
suc-
Oh shit.
Critical success!
Any messy critical?
Nope, just straight crit.
Holy shit. How many successes?
6.
Oh damn. Okay.
Mm,
Alrighty.
mm, mm,
Holy
mm,
crap!
mm.
Oh wow!
So
My heart was
okay.
pounding.
So who are you testing first?
I'm going to test Rise.
This is about to get
Okay.
fight or flight. I'm gonna warn you now.
Alright.
Good
How
luck.
do you go about it?
Okay, taste of blood, taste of blood. I can't remember if that's if I have to open up a vein to do it, or if I have to do something else.
Give us a picture, Alistair. How
Any
did
kind
you
of
do
blood,
it?
I think.
Yeah.
What's Alistair's way of expressing his magic?
Yeah, baby.
What's Alice's way of expressing his magic? He's
Doing a booty dance.
it's very like he tries not to use his blood sorcery too much because he's so scared of frenzying after that Basque breach. So this is like overcoming his fear here. But the last time he performed any kind of blood sorcery, he was opening up a vein. He opened up a vein on the wrist to get like it was the most direct source of blood he could get without like causing any further harm. So
Okay.
I'll go with that route. Okay. Alistair is nervous because he normally doesn't resort to this, but he takes out one of his knives from his coat.
Rise is immediately up on his feet. He's like, "What are you doing?"
I have to
Mm.
open
One more
up
thing I forgot.
Moon, I DM'd you, yeah.
One more thing I forgot.
Yep.
How many of you are at hunger 3 or above?
I'm at hunger 4, sir.
I'm going to need 2 willpower tests from you after this.
Okay. Okay. I need to just
She's
make
getting
an
close to Rise.
I need to make an incision in your wrist in order to draw blood to
Haha.
test it.
Listen here, I appreciate that I might be dying, but I also appreciate the fact that you shouldn't do that.
Do you want Pop Goes Punk to be able to tell if we're infected or not? Give the man your blood.
Rise is starting to, like, play with the dog tags he wears, and he's like rubbing against his other hand. I can't just. I can't, okay? I can't.
Rise. If we don't do this, we won't be able to find out whether or not you are a carrier.
Okay,
We
okay.
can't risk more people dying.
Okay. He's like starting to pace now. Let me do it. Please, let me do it.
Alistair understands and hands the knife to Rise. Handle first.
Rise will slowly take it. How much do you need?
I only need a drop or two.
He'll like take it, just he takes a breath and is like, I'm in control. This is in his head. He's like, okay. And he'll just bring it across his palm. And then, slowly to let the blood get on the knife before he, like, hands the knife back and closes his palm quick.
Alistair, the blood smells intoxicatingly good. You've smelled good blood before, but this is next level. Your tongue lathes across the knife before you can even stop yourself, and it's like fireworks go off behind your eyes. You see information flash by. You know his name is Rise Devlin. You know that his generation is 11. You know the name of his sire. You get a vague sense of her face. But underneath it all, there's sort of a warring between this good blood and some kind of corruption deeper within. It's like the bitters at the bottom of a glass of something sweet. Some bitter dregs. And you sense this corruption sort of fighting, but it's almost as if it's surrounded by something. Surrounded by all of this good is this putrid piece of evil. It is the curse. Rise is a carrier. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh my
god!
Oh my god! Oh my god, my heart is in my throat!
Well, we have to kill Rise.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's Rise. Oh! Very sad and unfortunate.